the WWE Royal Rumble, which just happened the other weekend.
Crazy card.
Oh my God. And the best part about the best part about the Royal Rumble is you don't know what to expect. You don't know what is coming your way. You don't know who's going to show up. And at the end, it's the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. So
you know what I love watching about that though is all these people, you got all the internet trolls out there, everybody that sits here and goes on and says, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Well, guess what? You don't know what the fuck's going to happen in the Royal Rumble. You don't.
Not at all.
Like, I did not expect half the shit that happened in this year's Royal Rumble to happen. So
no, and you know what is so awesome is the fact that the women's Royal Rumble is now becoming a staple. It's just as entertaining as the men's. And you know, we're going to get into it. Started the night with the women's Royal Rumble. And here to keep it simple, man, you had every star you could think of. You had returns that people hadn't seen in years, like the Bella Twins, who had their show, I believe, on the Hallmark Channel or whatever it was.
Like that.
Yeah.
Not like a Hallmark Channel with the whole fucking John Cena thing, but yeah.
Dude. Yeah, we had John Cena later in the night too, which is even crazier to think about.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa
Bliss.
And you know what's crazy about that, dude? Such a part of my heart is the Fiend character, man. Bray Wyatt, he passed away a few years ago, and to see Alexa Bliss come out with the Fiend Forever, and then in small letters there was an R and an S that spelt Friends Forever. It was a beautiful moment. The crowd pop was insane, and you know, to top it off, the cherry on top is the Queen, Charlotte Flair, the prodigy of Ric Flair, won the Royal Rumble.
And what the crazy part about it is too, watching it is like, I didn't really think that they were going to put Charlotte Flair over in that moment watching it.
Yes.
And then at the end of it, it all made fucking sense.
It's so cool because they have taken the Raw World's title, the NXT title, and the women's WWE title, and Charlotte Flair has all the options on the table, so you don't know which way she's going to go. That's what's so cool about the Royal Rumble, man, is it's the road to WrestleMania. Following that, we had one of the greatest tag team matches of all time, a 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. Now, I'll be 1,000% honest. I don't have skin in this game. Neither tag teams really do much for me, but I'm
not a huge fan of either one, but I mean, I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this.
Enjoy watching it.
I'll tell you this. The Motor City Machine Guns just signed with the WWE a few months ago, and they have been put over time and time again. They won the tag team championships within just a month of being in the WWE. Now, what's crazy is I thought for sure, since they were a big signing, they would win this match, but it went 1-1. Now, this was the best out of 3 falls. It went DIY, they won 1 fall, then the Motor City Machine Guns won 1 fall, and then I thought for sure, man, there's no way that the WWE wouldn't want the Motor City Machine Guns to win, but they had a situation where another tag team came out, kind of stole the show a little bit, and DIY ended up pulling off the victory, which may set up a feud moving forward for WrestleMania. It was really cool, and it was a great story moving into the next few months. Now, following that, you're going, okay, this card has been so good, man. How could it be any better? How could it be any better, right? Well, what's funny is there was only 4 fights on this card. Only 4 fights on this card, let's take that back. Only 4 matches on this card. And following that was the Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match for the WWE title and the Winged Eagle title back from the 1990s. Now, this was supposed to be a one-night only deal on Saturday night's main event a few months ago. However, Kevin Owens stole the title. He stole the Winged Eagle title, and he brought it to the Royal Rumble, thinking he owned the Winged Eagle title, and they wanted to reunify the belts in a ladder match, which was absolute insanity, to the point there was.
I had so many mixed fucking feelings about that fucking match.
Right.
I thought Kevin Owens broke his fucking neck.
I thought he was dead, dude.
I thought he fucking broke his fucking neck.
Yeah.
But, like, I watched him just fucking, like, I've seen some guys take some fucking falls in my career, and that shit look real as all hell. And I know people say some of the shit's fucking all of it's fake. No, you get so many fucking injuries and shit that fucking happen in this damn sport.
Yes.
Like you can't call that shit fake.
No.
That motherfucker land on the top of his fucking head.
And here's the thing, people who, yes, we all know it's predetermined. And as I've talked about it in the past, I like my soap operas. I'm not going to lie. That's why I love the WWE. But I'll tell you this, that's not fake. There's no way to fake that.
No way to fucking fake
when
that.
you put somebody through a ladder like that and whatnot, and
from fucking 5 feet in the fucking air.
Oh my God, dude. And so I've said this the entire time about Cody Rhodes' Universal Championship run. It has not been as good as the Roman Reigns run. And, you know, it's a hard act to follow, right? Last year, WrestleMania, and the year before that, WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns being the top 3 longest champions of all time, man, that is so hard to follow. And I've said Cody Rhodes has not lived up to that. But I will tell you this, that match was a W, dude. That was
definitely a W.
It kind of stole the show.
For me, the big thing is like, okay, I'll give it to you. Like, you get me hyped about the WWE because we talk about it all the fucking time. You know, obviously with me, I haven't followed it as much over the years from back, like when I was in the early 2000s and shit in the 90s. Growing up, I kind of fell out of it because of other stuff. But I mean, watching it as of late for the past couple of years on and off, even watching fucking TikToks about it, has got me fucking hyped up. Like I followed the whole entire all the OTC stuff with Roman Reigns. I followed all that shit from back of like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Through all the fallouts with freaking Solo Sikoa and all that shit. And it's just been I've been fucking hyped about it.
Well,
lately.
that's what I'm saying. The bloodline in Roman Reigns era really got the casual or somebody who hadn't been into it back into it. It brought a massive audience of people back into that universe. And so it's great because me and you have a show because of it. You know, it's something that we can talk about, which has weekly television and crazy things happen in it. And so
now it's on fucking Netflix. So I can rewind.
It's insane, dude.
I can rewind and watch fucking everything.
Right? Yeah. So. The Netflix era, less commercials, more time. They're not limited to time. So you have so much at your fingertips, and it is hard to keep up with because, you know, I've said this also in the past. There's another show called AEW, and they have a lot of top contending talent. But the problem is there's not enough time in the day to watch it. Because not only are we a pro wrestling show, we are an MMA show and we are a boxing show, right? Yeah. So we have so much to still talk about. So let's get through the main event, which was the men's Royal Rumble. Okay.
Which is absolutely fucking crazy.
One of the most stacked Royal Rumble cards in the last decade, at least, if not all time, man. I mean, the names that were in this match were, you know, you had the John Cena's of the world, right? You had, at one point, I believe you had Logan Paul, John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. I mean, I know I'm forgetting some, but you had all of them,
too many fucking people.
Yeah. In the ring at the same time. Yeah, and you're rooting for all of them, right? You're rooting for your favorite guy. But I'll tell you this. Did you have a favorite moment of the Royal Rumble? Because I did. And let me tell you my favorite moment because
go ahead. Yeah.
It is the biggest social media moment, I think, potentially ever. I Show Speed, man. I Show Speed was given the keys to the kingdom.
You just took fucking mine because that motherfucker.
Yes, dude. I Show Speed was given the keys to the kingdom, right? He shows up and he was live streaming the event. So if you were an I Show Speed fan and you had notifications on, you knew that he was live during the Royal Rumble, and he went backstage and he met all the stars, and so he met John Cena and got to do all these different little things, which is really cool because if you're a diehard wrestling fan, you don't get to see the behind the scenes very often while an event is live, right? And so you got to see that he was hanging out in the gorilla position, which is right where they kind of enter, where they stand right before they enter. And one of the stars got hurt. One of them got injured, and there was an attack on one of the stars. And so Triple H looked over and he's like, "We need somebody." And he points to Speed and he goes, "You're in." Yeah. And what's crazy is the live stream for Speed followed him out there. So if you weren't watching the Royal Rumble and you didn't have Peacock, you saw the live stream. And here's the thing. He went in there And he eliminated, like most of the time when a celebrity goes in there, they have a hard time, right? They either jump in, jump out, and that's it. He eliminated a few people, and then he was able to do his little backflip and do the suey thing he does, and he got the biggest pop of the night. And then he took a 25-mile-an-hour spear by a college football player, ex-football player, prodigy wrestler in Braun Breaker.
He had to have a fucking concussion.
Oh my god.
The way his fucking, I know that fucking ring is made to take fucking slams and shit, but the way that motherfucker's head.
Oh my god, dude.
Off that fucking mat.
Full impact.
Like, I have PTSD from it.
Yes, dude. It was
me being slammed on my fucking head in my career in a fucking cage had me fucking
dude.
Going with PTSD.
He got hit by a Mack truck. He never saw it coming.
Damn.
And that's what a lot of this is, right? I mean, that's what's so special about the Royal Rumble is you have matches throughout the year that are cool and some gimmicky. Like next month, I think we get the Elimination Chamber, which is a very gimmicky style match. Hell in the Cell, which is kind of gimmicky, you know. But this is, in my opinion, like this is the coolest gimmick of the year. Because other than WrestleMania, which is the biggest event of the year, this is the best gimmick because you never know who's going to show up and you never know what the outcome is. And I will tell you this, man, if I had to put money on it, I would put my life savings on it. We get down to two guys. We get down to John Cena and we get down to Jey Uso. Nowhere ever would I have put money on Jey Uso in that moment.
No.
And a lot of it, the reason I wouldn't do it is because John Cena has come out and said he is on his retirement tour. He has stated that he will win one more belt. So that way, when he wins 17, when he gets older, he can be the guy.
Watch someone break 18.
To break 18, yeah.
Yeah.
And that came out actually after the Royal Rumble, but he was stating, you know, there is a chance that he would go after a world title months ago. He had talked about that. So I would have said in that moment, this is his ticket to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Nope. That's not what happened, man. So, you know, Jey Uso wins the men's Royal Rumble and will be more than likely, in my opinion, he'll be, you know, facing, I think, the world heavyweight champion, which is Gunther. I don't think he'll go after somebody like Cody Rhodes. Time will tell. More episodes of this podcast will tell.
Yep.
But what a way to close out the night. You know, we had
Royal Rumble.
Oh my God,
one of the best ones I've seen in a while. So yeah,
it was just totally star-studded. Kept you on your toes. You couldn't tell who was going to win. You know, it kept it right to that last moment and made that last moment very, very special.